Jim, fourth place finish in Europa League football secured on the final day. Just try and put your emotions into words at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're absolutely delighted to be able to sign off on such a positive note. You know, especially after the challenges that we've faced in recent weeks. You know, some below par performances, but you know, today it's not about any of that. It's about how you finish. You know, a season is defined over 38 games, and you know, we've managed to put ourselves in this position today, win a game of football and finish fourth. And the players and the backroom team, you know, were really focused on that prior to the game. We had a lot of belief coming into it, and I think the overall performance today summed up, you know, what we've been as a group all season in terms of the character that's been shown by this group. I don't know how many times, you know, over the course of the campaign, if we came from behind to draw games or to win games of football. You know, we've scored so many last-minute goals in games, and today, you know, in the most important game of the season, you know, to be trailing at half-time and to show the type of reaction and the type of response that they did in the second 45 minutes was nothing short of miraculous. And it's great to be standing here now with European football confirmed.
Do you feel that character that you're speaking about has been the difference this season in terms of finishing above teams with bigger budgets than us?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've tried over the last couple of seasons to create a culture and an environment that, you know, people are happy to come and work in. There's a real togetherness within the group. The players, you know, socialise a lot together, and you know, they work hard when they're in, and there's a real collectiveness there between the backroom team and the players. There's no division whatsoever, and yeah, it's been a real monumental effort from everybody, you know, from the board of directors down to my backroom team to the players. You guys in the media have done terrific, you know, creating and generating positivity, and of course the supporters have played a huge role within that as well. Really grateful to them for turning out in such good numbers this afternoon, you know, especially off the back of the results recently. But they clearly understood what was at stake, and they made a huge difference. Honestly, I don't think I've heard the place as loud as what it was in the second half, especially when that equaliser went in.
It would have been easy as well for the stadium to start to get nervous with the scoreline at Parkhead at that time, but you stuck behind us and pushed us over the line.
Yeah, I mean, look, we had a game plan in place today, you know, based on the fact that we're really down to the bare bones. You know, we didn't have a great amount of options in terms of freshening the team up to try and get a bit more legs and energy into it. You know, we've only got 6 substitutes on the bench today. So, you know, we tried to conserve as much energy as we could, with it being the third game in 7 days. You know, given the conditions out there, it was 22, 23 degrees. So, you know, we were able in the second half to be a bit more aggressive, to be a bit more adventurous. You know, when I heard the scoreline coming through at Parkhead, that St Mirren were leading, then we decided to make a couple of changes and try and be, you know, positive. And I thought Louis Moult and Rory Payton made a huge difference when they went on.
You're the 4th Dundee United manager this century to reach 100 games in the dugout. How much does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's crazy, and it means a lot. You know, it's strange, you know, for, you know, there only to be that number of managers in 100 years that have reached 100 games, but I've loved the last 100. I hope I'm here for, you know, many more hundreds after this. Yeah, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my time at the club. You know, I've had great backing. You know, there's always going to be doubters out there, and there's always going to be criticism that comes our way, and that's just part and parcel of the job that I'm in. But the support, you know, has been fantastic from everybody, and yeah, I couldn't be more grateful to them for that.
Just finally, it's a massive summer ahead now to prepare for some exciting European ties. A lot of people in that dressing room will be experiencing that for the first time, but I guess that's the reward for putting so much into this season.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you know, a number of players never played in Europe, and myself personally as a player never been involved, and certainly as a manager never had the opportunity to lead my team out in a European competition at club level. So it's going to be a fantastic experience. It's really exciting. It's something to look forward to now, that draw when it happens, and see who we get. We know that the likelihood is in that Europa League qualifier that we're going to get someone really, really difficult. But you know, we'll enjoy it, and we'll go into it with belief and hope, and we'll be as optimistic as what we can be. But you know, today is just it's the best way possible for us to round off what's been a really, really good season. As you said, competing with teams with far greater resources than ourselves, you know, finishing above Hearts in the top 6, finishing now above Aberdeen, a club that spent, you know, £2.5 million in the January window. You know, we haven't paid a transfer fee for a single player in 2 years. It's all been free agents, and you know, that group of players deserve all the credit. They've been brilliant. But what we are now as a club with European football to look forward to is we're a far more attractive proposition for agents and for players. And, you know, instead of us chasing them now, I'm pretty sure myself and Luigi and our new head of recruitment's phone will be dialing off the line and ringing off the line even, you know, given the situation that we've put ourselves in. So I'd like to take this moment as well, as much as we're talking about the next season and the recruitment that we've got to do. I'd like to thank those players who are leaving the club and who have given everything over the last couple of seasons. You know, I thought it was a great way for Declan Gallagher to sign off today. A fantastic performance, just not alone, let alone his goal, but his overall performance, the way he led the group. You know, alongside Sam Harding. I thought Sam was excellent again today. Louis Moult coming on, he showed at the end there what it really means to him to being at this club. I know he's loved his time. And, you know, we thank all of those players who are going to be departing in the summer. We wouldn't be in this position without them, and I think it's really important for us to remember that and to give those boys the credit as well.
Jim, time for some well-earned rest. Congratulations.
Thanks, Giannis.